How would you like to take any blog post or video you find online and with one, well, maybe 2 clicks, create some pretty awesome content in your own voice with original ideas like this? Would that be a game changer? Keep watching. We're going to go step by step how to do this with Notion AI. Welcome to this tutorial on how to leverage Notion AI, particularly the custom autofill function, to streamline your social media content creation process. Today, we're going to focus on turning anybody's blog content into LinkedIn articles, Twitter threads. To be honest with you, do other types of content creation too, all in your own voice. So let's dive in. Now, if you enjoy this kind of stuff, make sure you mash the subscribe button, click like, and hit the little bell down there to be notified when new videos come out. Quick disclaimer though, Notion AI, it isn't free. It's $10 a month. There's a link in the show notes below that you can go to directly to get it. Yeah, I do get an affiliate commission. I can't imagine it's much for $10 a month, but there's something there. And if you don't want to pay me, head on over to notion.so and check it out there. First things first, I'm going to come into Notion here. I'm going to create a new database, a full page database. I'm going to name it New Sample Database. New database sample, why not? And then I'm just going to add a couple of fields here. I'm going to change my name field because I want to title, which would be the title of the article. I'm going to add a field in here to grab the URL from the article so that I have it later. I'm going to rename that to link. Then I'm just going to add a couple more fields. I'm going to add a status field so that in my workflow, I have not really automation, but some way to track where I'm at with that piece of information. And then I'm also going to add in, we could talk about this later, but a AI summary field that will automatically summarize the article for me if I need it in the future. Now in Chrome, there's a Chrome extension named Save to Notion. You can grab it from the Chrome extension store. There's a few different ones, but Save to Notion is the one that we're using here. And you'll see we're going to add a new form, which is going to allow us to grab the information from this page and put it back on that database in Notion in the correct fields. So we're going to go in here and we're going to find that new database that we created. Oops. And you'll see it automatically maps a couple of things together here. We're going to change the content to the web content because we want it all. We're going to remove the image because I don't want that at all. And then the title, we're going to map it over to the title. And then you'll see it has one more field already, the link, which is automatically mapped. And then we're going to do add new field so we can grab those other fields that we created, such as status. And so we're going to pick up the status. We're going to set it not to start. So every time I save a new article, it will be set to not started so that I have that coming in to the database. And if you want to add some other fields, you can add those in there. It will show you what's already been linked. AI summary will work by itself. We don't want to map that field in there. And so I can hit save. Now, anytime I find an article I think is interesting online, such as this one here, I can come to my Save to Notion extension, find the database that we just set up there. I'll hit that. You'll see it fills in all the information for me. I can save the page. And then we can go back to Notion almost instantaneously and see there's the article, that entry for the article we have our link, have our status. If I open it up, you'll see all of the content from that blog post is now in here for us to be able to get the real work started, which is creating the social media content we want from this article. So here's where the magic happens. We're back here on that article in Notion that we created by clipping the blog post from the website. And I'm going to add 2 new fields, 2 new properties to this database that are going to generate the content for our LinkedIn article and for our Twitter threads. So you can do this from the database. You can do it from the article itself. I'm going to hit add property and you'll see we have an AI custom autofill property type. And I'm going to select that. Then I'm going to put a prompt in telling Notion what I want it to do as far as creating, in this case, we'll start with the LinkedIn article. Now, I've created this prompt. It is not your usual, hey, I want to have a LinkedIn article. It does start with that. There's a little bit more to it. I have another video on how to create these prompts separately so that we didn't go too long on this one. Once you've created that, put that prompt in here, you can hit save, and then it will generate the LinkedIn article for you. Then come back. It's sort of a rinse and repeat. We're going to add a new one, add a custom autofill. I'm going to this time grab my prompt for my Twitter thread. And this is not a Twitter post, it's a thread. I told it to make 5 posts in here. By the way, you can hit try on this page and see how it worked, or you can just hit save. In this case, I already know how it's going to work, and then we can grab that. So that's it. It really is that easy. We have our LinkedIn article here in our Notion database. We have our Twitter post in our Notion database, and they're all set to go. We can copy and paste them. You'll see the LinkedIn article is in Markdown, so that's all set up, and the Twitter post has some little eye-catching emojis in there, hopefully not too many, that you can use. Why properties? So the reason that I used properties instead of inline, I'll show you how to make a article inline in just a second. The reason I did that is in the future, we may end up wanting to use things like Make or Zapier to grab these posts and automatically post them online through a Buffer or some other scheduling software. By putting them in the properties, it will allow us to do that. So let's say you don't want to do the properties, you're not using automation later, you don't want them in a separate field, you want them in the body of the database entry itself. You can definitely do that also. So what we would do here is anywhere within the body where it's copied the content of the blog post, we're going to do a little /AI, and you'll see we have a custom AI content block. We will click on that, and then just like we had the prompt before that we put in, we're just going to paste our prompt in here, hit generate, and you see now we have our Twitter thread right here in the body of it. You can do it either way. A quick bonus item for you. Let's say after you've done all this, you've got your post, you've got the original post, and this thing is all entirely too long for you to scroll through, and I wouldn't blame you for that. We can clean this up. A fairly new feature in Notion is custom layout. When I click on that, you'll see a sidebar opens up. You'll see in here, I have this property group, which has all of the fields that are a part of this database. So the status, the link, and the articles. I can come over here to add to panel. And instead of bringing every field that I have in the database over, I can just bring over the LinkedIn article and the Twitter thread so that I can find them and copy them easier. So there, I'm going to just add in my LinkedIn article. You'll see it goes away from there. And then below that, I will add my Twitter thread, and it comes off of there. If that's good to go, you can just hit apply to all pages and you're set. You may end up in a situation where you don't like having all of these pieces in here. You can come up to the pin properties and pin a certain property in here, such as the link, and keep those sort of nice and tidy and separate from the rest of it. So you have the link down here and it comes away from the group, and you can remove the entire property group in the end if you'd like, and have everything sort of tucked away in their own places. So now you'll see here, what I'm seeing is the article that I clipped from online. I don't see my other info, but if I come up here to this view details and I open it, there are all my pieces. So let's say, just real quick, if I'm not happy with the results that I got, let's say from my Twitter thread, I can come right over here into the Twitter thread itself, click the little magic wand, and it will rewrite the entire Twitter thread for me here. And lastly, if I am in either my Twitter thread or my LinkedIn article, when I go into it, you'll see here, there is a copy. So I don't have to drag across the entire article and copy it to get it into my whatever I'm using to post on LinkedIn. I can just click the copy there, and post it over to LinkedIn. And there you have it. Front to back, you've learned how to use Notion AI and its custom autofill feature to transform any blog post online into engaging content you can call your own. But remember, while AI is a powerful tool, you need to make sure to review the content that it creates before you post it online to ensure, one, it's quality, two, it truly is yours. And this is the reason that I added that extra field, that property for status, so that I have some steps in my workflow to do that, exactly that, before I post it online. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to mash the subscribe button below if you enjoyed this video, and please share with others if you think it would be helpful for them too. If you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, or freelancer, and you're trying to figure out where to get started with AI, head on over to coolwordconsulting.com, where you can download a preview copy of the first chapter and workbook of my upcoming book, AI Myth Reimagined: Why Everything in Business is Changing, and so should you. Not only do you get the first chapter, but you get the first chapter of the interactive workbook so that you can sort of start down that path of leveraging AI for yourself and your business. Thanks for watching.